Hello and welcome back to the channel once again. My name is Andy and this evening we bring you live coverage of Nxtgen Racing's V8 Supercars Elite Series. It is Bathurst, it is the spiritual home of the V8 Supercars, and quite fittingly, but yet in a sad way, this is actually going to be the final race. You might have noticed on some of the races I've done so far this season when work's not got in the way that numbers have been low for what was once one of the most popular leagues on Nxtgen Racing. And a decision has been made to make the finale here at Mount Panorama and to look into starting something new, which I don't know which that is yet. But this is going to be the final race, and it's a fitting place for it to be at the spiritual home at Bathurst. We're going to have qualifying session, and then we've got a longer than normal race. We're going to have a lapped race rather than 35 minutes of timing. So going to be good. We've got 11 drivers here this evening, some of the notable people that we know, like NGR Lager Fanny. We've got Seeks, Envoy Extreme, who's putting it already into the grass and doing a bit of lawn mowing. Ropsky as well, our series regular. Boy Raxer, who actually won season 12 at a bit of a canter last season. He was absolutely phenomenal. So he is back for this final race. Frank Finch is here as well. He's been racing all season. The Les been an ever-present almost in V8s for most of the time it's been running. We've got Moss running here tonight as well, NGR Scooby G, the championship leader, and looks like he's going to be champion for this final season as well. But it looks like we've got Johnny here as well, someone that we've not seen before, and Jamie on the grid. So we've got a nice wee grid here, 11 cars, just a few shy of having a full 16 cars on the grid. It would have been nice to have seen that for the finale, but we get to see them one last time. 650 brake horsepower worth of Ford Falcon V8s flying up the mountain straight and heading up the mountainside. So qualifying going on at the moment. Be back in just a second once I've tweeted this out. There we go, self-promotion taken care of, always a good thing to do. So we're going to go and jump on board just now with Seeks, who's coming through the extremely fast chase section. We'll go jump into the cockpit camera and take a lap round this phenomenal track with him in just a moment. He's just taking it easy through the final section now, letting the car ahead, as you can see in the distance, just make a bit of space. And he's going to head up towards Murray's Corner, named after what should be Sir Murray Walker, in my opinion, but there you go. I'm sure a lot of people watching this would agree with that. He puts the foot down and across the line he goes, heading up towards turn number 1, which is Hill's Corner. Very easy to get the braking wrong into here. You can see the car drifting a little bit wide. Use the curb on the exit and then heading up the 1.1 kilometre long Hills mountain straight. Dips down and comes back up as well. A phenomenal section of track, even though it's in a straight line. Fantastic views you normally get. And then coming into Griffin's Bend, very tricky corner as Seeks is proven, climbing all over the curb there. And now heading up towards turns 3 and 4, the cutting. Another tricky corner, you want to brake the first part, down a gear and then down another gear and into the second part of it. Heading through the left-hander, we're now climbing up the hill through Quarry Corner, through turn 6, 7 and 8. touching the wall on the exits. It's such a tricky track with these cars. Need to be careful. And then coming up through Frog Hollow in turn number 9. And then this next corner is McPhillamy Park, I think it's how you pronounce it. It's a very tricky corner. Now the famous part, Skyline, over the crest of the hill, down through turn 12 and 13. You're now into the S's itself, and then here we go, the dipper. 14 and 15, you drop away quickly, you've got to be very careful with the power. Easy to drop it there. Through turn 17 and turn 18 is Forest's Elbow. And you want to get this corner right because the next part is the Conrod Straight. Very good chance to slipstream a driver all the way down here. It's just flat out up through the gears, building it up to over 170 miles an hour. You'll see it coming to the left hand side to open up the chase, absolutely flat to the floor, hitting 180 and coming into the next corner left hand. A very tricky braking zone through not turn 21 and 22 under the bridge and heading back up to Murray's corner one more time. On the brakes, down the gears, second gear, clip the corner curve on the way in, not that much though, you don't want to be doing that. And Six goes across the line and his lap time is a 2 minutes 6.7. It puts him up into provisional pole position for just now. Bit of scruffy lap, so I do expect that will be beaten at some point as he heads back into pit lane. And just as it happens, Boy Raxer decides to go through and pop it into pole position at the moment. So season 12 champion showing his speed already round here at Mount Panorama, and he's popped it onto pole. Not raced so far this season in the V8 series, but he is back for the final race for the series. And it's been such a shame. This used to be one of the most popular leagues on Nxtgen Racing, but just over this season, for whatever reasons I just cannot fathom myself, it's just lost a lot of people. At one point there was 16 regulars and you had about 4 or 5 reserves. You nearly having full grids every week. It's such a popular series, but this is going to be the final race of the V8. Something new will be coming to Tuesday nights. Whether I'll be involved in that, I need to wait and see what will be going on with that first of all. Here comes the Les through the chase, hitting 180 miles an hour before slamming on the brakes into the left-hander, and he is heading through to complete a lap. Currently in 4th position, 4 seconds down on the current provisional pole time. Frank Finch coming through, he's about to just cross the line. Can he improve in his 2 minute 10.5? He's currently set, he crosses over the line, and he does improve. He goes to a 2 minute 9.2. What about the Les? Does he improve? Yes, he does. 2 minutes 7.6. So you can see just as the drivers start getting more comfortable with the track, they're starting to push it a wee bit more. Here is Jamie. He's going through Griffin's Bend, coming up the hill at the moment. Fantastic camera angle as he comes up towards the curtain on this brilliant racetrack. And it's a very tricky corner for you. You're going about 4th gear into the first part. Just want to drop it down a gear just to help the engine brake and to pull you into the corner, and then a bit of brakes. Use gravity to help you as well in that regards to get through the left hand of the second part off the curtain. And this part here is really quick. It's very easy to get into the wall there as well. And this part is a fantastic section. And then of course the famous bit, up and over Skyline, through the left hander and the right hander, the cutting and into the dipper, through the S's and into the dipper, drifting out as well. Be very careful as you go through the right hander and then downhill again. Tricky braking zone into Forest Elbow. Phenomenal track in any car this, but especially in these V8 Supercars, the home track for them is just absolutely brilliant. I mean, you hook a lap up in these things around here, it doesn't have to put a smile on your face. Jamie coming down Conrod Straight at the moment, heading towards the chase. Many a big crash has happened here. Hopefully we won't see one tonight. And hard onto the brakes, down to second gear, clip the curb on the way in, getting sideways on the exits. He gets the power down, heading towards the final corner at Murray's. Currently in 10th place at the moment. His first lap not really representative at 2 minutes 20, 16 seconds down Boy Raxer's gone a bit quicker on a 2.4.2, and Jamie goes up into third place, but he's still 2.5 seconds down at the moment on a 2 minute 6.7. Scooby G, who was missing last week at Donington, back and into second place at the moment, 6 tenths down on Boy Raxer, who's coming up towards the end of his latest lap, coming through the chase and hard onto the brakes there. You can see he's been quite gentle on the brakes there, just taking it easy on the way in, catching the curb on the exit. It's probably going to have cost him a 10 for 2. And down towards Murray's corner he comes. Drops the curb on the way in, bit of curb on the exit. Is this going to be any improvement from the Season 12 champion as he crosses the line? And it is a little bit, 2 minute 4.274, so he's gained about 2/100ths of a second in that one, so not very much, but it all counts. As Scooby G comes through the S's and down through the dipper. Oh, getting very close to the outside wall there. Through the left-hander and into Forest Elbow, through the right-hander, sorry, and into Forest Elbow. Oh, that 34 machine is twitching. It's got a lot of sideways action. Scooby, as you can see there from the speedo, not one of the drivers to be using traction control on his Ford Falcon V8. Heading up to the chase. Default setup, so everyone's got the same setup involved. 180 through the chase. You can see the car twitching there. So he tries to get it straightened up to get into the left-hander. Through the right-hander, heading for Murray's. Can he improve Seeks, who's currently in the wall, heading up through Griffin's Bend? He's currently just moved into second, a 10th down on Boy Raxer. Can Scooby G improve on his current time at 2 minute 4.8? Is there going to be any improvement from the championship leader? Not on this occasion. There is not. Jamie's coming up to complete his current lap, currently in 4th position. Can he make an improvement? He's a good 2 seconds down at the moment. He's moved up to a 2 minute 5.0, so he's starting to find some pace in that number 13 machine. We'll keep an eye on his progress. Here is Moss. He's just going past Ropsky down Conrod Straight. Don't know too much about Moss personally. I've not seen him race. He's certainly someone I've not commentated on, so it'll be interesting to see how he does racing the number 1 machine, which for anyone who's followed me doing the replay commentaries will know that used to be RS Jim's car in seasons gone past. He's coming through Murray's corner now. Can he make any improvement? His current fastest time of 2 minutes 6.8. Is he going to improve this time by? He does a little bit. 2 minutes 6.7 is his latest, and he's sliding his way through Hell's Corner. He manages to keep the back end. There is a party animal himself, NGR Lagervani, and well, I don't know if that was lag or desync or what, so that would just looked a mess. So he's currently in 6th place, but he's keeping out of the way, as coming through is Envoy Extreme. Currently last at the moment on a 2 minute 20 in terms of lap time, so hopefully this is going to be an improvement from Envoy Extreme in the cash show machine. Number 15 on the door mirrors. Can he make an improvement ahead towards Max? Through the gears, he drops it first gear going into that final corner. A lot of people take that in second. Can he be an improvement? So you see Frank Finch coming out of the pit lane. A little bit of an improvement there from Envoy Extreme, but he still stays in last chunk of time off the pace. Ropsky's getting Skyline all wrong there, coming up to through Skyline through the S's, now down through the dipper, and he's done what a lot of people do, turn them in too early there, thinking there's more speed involved, and just catching the wall on the inside as he drops downhill into Forest Elbow. And so regular as the Belgian. It'll be interesting to see if he stays on with whatever is coming next on Tuesday nights from Nxtgen. We'll see what his lap time is. Frank Finch just came out of pit lane, and here comes Johnny. He is in the number 38 machine, braking a bit too late there into the left-hander at the bottom of the chase. He's managed to pull it all together heading towards Murray's. I find an interesting bit out about this track. It's also a really well-known, famous track, especially for Australian racing. Of course, this weekend is the Bathurst 12-hour race, which is predominantly GT3 machinery. But it's technically a street circuit, believe it or not. certain parts of this track are actually used outside of racing time as public roads, and some properties within here are actually based within the track area and they're only accessible via the track. And I never knew that. So there you go, you learn something new every day. Laggard coming up and over the hill, going through the cutting, and heading up through the hill. You've got Moss coming up, we've got a traffic jam coming along here as well, so you need to be very careful. These guys have come up the hill through. That's the cut in there actually, I'm getting the corners mixed up. Jamie's coming through there as well, he's going to be in a... Oh, the 13 car getting very sideways there, coming out off the cutting on the left hand, but NGR Scooby G just warming his tyres up at the moment. Seats in the background there, you notice the blue wing mirrors for Seats number 52 car. And Boy Raxer there in the 28. Same livery that he won season 12 with, coming up to complete his latest lap. Just gently drifts off the brakes there, a bit of trail braking through the final corner. Envoy Extreme sticks to the left hand side to stay out of the way, and Boy Raxer's gone quicker again. It's a 2 minute 3.6 he's found, around about 6/10 of a second on that latest lap. Phenomenal lap time from him. That puts him well up in front in the provisional pole with 4.5 minutes to go. He is in pole position. Seats in second, 8 times down. Scooby G, who is coming through the S's and the Dipper at the moment, in third. He is 1.2 seconds down. Jamie is in fourth place, 1.4 seconds off the pace, with Moss in fifth, 1.8 seconds down. Les is currently 6, he's 3 seconds off on a 2 minute 6.7. NGR Lager is in 7th place, 3.5 seconds down on a 2 minute 7. Johnny coming across the line here, 2 minute 8.7. Can he make an improvement as Jamie gets sideways out of the Murray's corner? No improvement from him. Jamie has not improved either, and Rotsky has failed to improve as well. So Johnny's in 8th. Frank Finch, who's just coming along up the top of the hill at the moment, he's in 9th place in the 51 car, coming over the top of Skyline just now. That's a lovely camera angle, absolutely beautiful there. Down through the S's, into the Dipper. Easy to get that wrong. He's got Envoy Extreme in front of him. He's coming up to Forest Elbow. He's getting very wide. You don't want to be doing that on the way in. You want to try and scrub some speed off before you come over the crest and the downhill section. And a hold on for now. He's on a 2 minute 8.9. Envoy sticking to the right hand side of the road to allow Frank Finch to go by uninhibited. He heads towards the chase, 180 miles an hour, hard onto the brakes, down the gears. Keeps it in third gear, so he obviously prefers to do that for traction purposes. He is using some traction control. He obviously much prefers that rather than letting it slide too much. Boy Raxer's gone quicker again. 2 minute 3.3 from Boy Raxer. He's setting some phenomenal pace around here. He won this race last season as well, if I remember correctly. He had an absolutely brilliant time. Frank's not improved on his lap time. Rotsky is at Forest Elbow, and Envoy is just setting off on another lap. Boy Raxer's now back in pit lane after doing that 2 minute 3.3. He's now 1 second clear of anyone else. Seeks is out on track at the moment and at the top of the hill, heading over top of the right hander into McPhillamy Park and over the crest through Skyline. Getting very careful through there, using the curb. I'm just trail braking a little bit, using the gears to slow him down nicely through the Dipper. Avoids the wall on the exit, gets in the power well, just needs to get this lined up nicely. Gently on the brakes, use gravity a wee bit there just to kind of drag it in even though you're going downhill. And he's gone through Forest Elbow pretty nicely there indeed, so can he improve on his current lap time? Coming up towards the chase. Very fast corner indeed. Nicely done though from Seeks. Into Murray's into the final minute of qualifying, so the race is coming up very shortly indeed. Seeks goes across the line. It's not an improvement on his lap time, but he's got one more lap to see if he can get closer or beat Boy Raxor's 2 minute 3.3. Scooby G is currently heading just through Griffin's Bend and up towards the cutting, and onto the brakes he goes, chucks it in. Oh, that car didn't want a grip there, catching the wall. No damage on, so he doesn't need to worry about that too much, but hitting the wall's not going to give you a quick lap time. Car getting squirmy over the top of the crest there through the right-hander, and then over this fast part at the top of the hill now. Fourth gear, 120 miles an hour, catches a bit of grass on the exit there. Keeps it in fourth gear over Skyline, just grabs third over the crest, down to second, through the S's and into the dipper. Keeps it in second, nice line through there. He's caught the inside wall, that's going to cost him time, and he's dropped it into pit lane. And he's decided better off it. If qualifying is now over, Jamie's at the top of the hill, Lager's coming down Conrod straight. Ropski's coming up to the final corner, Envoy Extreme slowing down, so Ropski's the next one to go across the line. Can he improve on 10th place? Heading up towards Murray's, you can see Lager in the background, we'll jump to him in a second once Ropski goes across the line. And it's not going to be an improvement for the Belgium, I don't think. Very wide out of the final corner. And no improvement there. Can Lager improve in 7th place in a 2 minute 7.2? He can. He moves up to 6th place in a 2 minute 6.7. So next over the line is going to be Jamie. Boy Raxor's on the track, but he's only on an outlap. He's quickly going round just to be on the safe side, obviously. Jamie's next. Can he improve? Currently in 4th position. Sliding his way out of the final corner. Can he improve in a 2 minute 5.0? Yes, he can. He goes ahead of Scooby G. Seeks goes across the line now. He improves to within a second at 2 minute 4.3. But that man there, crashing out of Forest Elbow, it won't matter now, is your pole sitter. It was Boy Raxor. On his return, the season 12 champion will be on pole position for the final V8 Supercar race on Nxtgen Racing. Seeks in second, Jamie third, Scooby G in fourth, Moss in fifth, Lager in sixth, the Les will be seventh, Johnny in eighth, Frank Finch ninth, Ropski that we're looking at for 10th, and Envoy Extreme, who's just heading up towards the chase just now, will be in 11th position. So that is the grid for this final race. We've got 30 laps coming up around Mount Panorama. And it's going to be an interesting race indeed. Who's going to be the one who can say, I won the final V8 race? We're going to find out within the next sort of 30 to 40 minutes what's going to go on. Envoy Extreme does improve on that lap time there, but he's still 11th on the grid. So there is your standings. Boy Raxor in pole position with Seeks in second, Jamie in third, Scooby G fourth, and Moss rounding out the top 5. You can notice Boy Raxor the only one in the 2 minute 3s, and you've got Seeks, Jamie and Scooby in the 2 minute 4s, Moss in the 2 minute 5s, everyone else bar 2 minute 6 and higher. And you can see where Boy Raxor's gained a lot of his lap time as well is in the final sector. And he's gained at least half a second over Jamie's best time and a good near 3/4 of a second over Seeks, so he's making a lot of time up through the chase. But here we go, one more time round the block for these thunderous V8 Supercars, the Ford Falcons, giving us a final farewell for Nxtgen Racing. And on the grid it is Mount Panorama, Bathurst, season 13, round number 8 it is, an early finish to the season. We're just waiting on everybody syncing up, and we'll be underway in just a moment's time once we get going. Don't you love games when they don't give you the suspense? And we seem to have some issues. I don't know what's going on. You can see the 11 cars on the grid. but not very much is happening. This is the point where I wish I'd done more research beforehand so I could know what to talk about. But we seem to have some issues, which are not good. So just while we wait a wee second to figure out what's going on here, I'm just going to mute the mic for just a wee second. Here we go. Syncing up finally, so everyone's ready to rock and roll. There we go. Lights are coming on for the final time. And we're underway at Mount Panorama, and it looks like it's a good start from Scooby G in third place. He's heading up towards turn number 1. We've got a crash in the background. That's Frank Finch in the wall, getting caught out. He's bumped into someone there. He's dropped back. He's came up through the field as well, though, at the same time, so he's gained a few places. Boy Raxer does lead. Scooby G's jumped up into second place. And look at this slipstream. Jamie and Moss are sneaking their way through. Seeks has been pushed out. He's down to 5th place, having started second. Scooby G and Jamie going side by side into Griffin's Bend. Coming up the hill. We're not going to go 3 wide surely, thank God for that. Got to have a hard... Oh, got a crash in the background. An instant in the background. That's the Les in the wall. And that was Envoy, Extreme and Rotsky. And something went on there between the lot of them. Les just trying to get going again. He seems to be stuck, I'm not sure. We need to jump back to what's going on a bit further up through the field. Boy Raxer leads. NGR Scooby G in second, Jamie third, Moss is in fourth, Seeks in fifth. Les has dropped out of the race, really unfortunate there. That crash has obviously done something to drop him out of this final race. Seeks is in the gravel as he comes towards Skyline. He's going to have to be very careful coming over the crest there. He gains it altogether. Started in second, down to 5th place, and seems to be pushing a bit too hard at the moment. Frank Finch is in 6th, that is Lager. Going, oh, he's missed his braking going through the S's. Either that or that desync is absolutely horrible. Johnny's in 8th, Envoy in 9th, and Brodsky at the back of the field in 10th. But the main battle going on at the moment is here between 2nd, 3rd and 4th place. It's Scooby G, Jamie and Moss. Boy, Raxer's already got himself 1 second clear at the front of the pack as he come up towards the chase for the first time. Hard on the brakes, will he make a move, Jamie? No, he does not, he backs out of it for now. Moss really late in the brakes there, and he's actually had to go wide. Jamie's off on the grass, and Jamie losing it there is going to put Moss up into 3rd place. That is not what the 13 car needed. He's having to wait now for everybody to filter through as well. Really frustrating. That drops Jamie all the way to the back of the field. But it was very, very nicely done considering that he could easily have drove in front of someone and caused a bit of an accident. So fair play to Jamie there for not just pulling into the racing line as cars came through. The Boy Raxer leads after the first lap. Scooby G in 2nd place, Moss in 3rd, Seeks is 4th, Frank Finch up to 5th place. From his start position, a good start there from him even though he seemed to be in the wall heading towards turn 1. Lager is in 6th, we've got Johnny in 7th, Rotsky in 8th place, and Jamie's already passed Envoy Extreme up to 9th, and Envoy in 10th. And I'm going to start jumping the cameras through there because that's just getting a bit easy. Scooby G now, his sights set on the race leader, Boy Raxer. These two, probably 2 of the quickest in this lobby. Seeks has definitely got the pace as well, as does Jamie despite that mistake, but Boy Raxer, oh, Moss hitting the wall in the background. Boy Raxer was just phenomenal in season 12. Scooby G won the title in season 11 as well, and everybody thought, you know, no one could beat him, but Boy Raxer came along and proved otherwise. But Lager is catching on to the back of Frank Finch as they head over the top of the mountain, through Skyline, down through the S's and into the Dipper. He's got that one slowed down a bit better this time as the party animal. Towards Forest Elbow. Closest battle on track is between these two at the moment. Hard on the brakes. That 33 machine's drifting its way into Forest Elbow, but despite that, still got a very good run out of the corner to jump on board the bumper cam. Right close to the road, you can see it flying by at over 160 plus miles an hour over the rise and the crest and heading towards the chase. We're just clipping over 181 miles an hour. He's much better on the brakes there than Frank, but he just manages to avoid contact. That was nearly so close. He's going to get a good run out of this corner. Heading down towards Murray's he goes. Not able to make a move at the moment, but Frank's ran wide. He's having to take a defensive line heading towards Hill Corner. Is there a chance here for Lager? If he can just brake easily and get a better run out of the corner, he can slipstream his way up the mountain straight, but gets it sideways coming out and just completely ruins that chance to do exactly that. Ropsky is trying to close onto the back of Johnny, whereas Jamie's coming up behind. And look at this, the top three are within 2 seconds of each other here as they come up through the cutting for the third time. Boyraxer, Scooby G, Moss coming through up the hill, through the cutting over Quarry Corner and heading towards turn number 8 and 9, Frog Hollow, through Silverman Park at the top of the hill. This is the battle for the lead in this race. We'll jump back in a wee second though to the action between Frank Finch, here we go, and NGR Lager, because these two are still pretty close together on the track. Lager just needs to be a bit more patient, I think. He could maybe get a good run there. He's really got his braking slightly wrong over the top of Skyline. He's got a much better run through the dipper though to head towards Forest Elbow. Jamie, oh no! Jamie getting it sideways out of the dipper there, bumping into the wall, full 360, points for effort. It's cost him time chasing down Ropsky. Lager still trying to draft his way towards Frank Finch's back bumper. Ropsky's trying to do the same with Johnny. Through the chase, and look at that, Lager is just much more confident on the braking than Frank Finch. Just unable to do enough to get past. Ropsky is right behind on Johnny. This is over 7th and 8th. Slowed down into Murray's corner, heading towards Hill Corner now. Right on board with the 7 machine. 3 laps in the books, we're on to lap 4, and that's a good run, possibly out of Hill's Corner for Ropsky's now right in the slipstream as they head up the mountain straight towards Griffin's Bend. Not an overtaking place, we just want to try and follow through as closely as possible up the hill. You can make a move down through Conrod Straight and through the chase if you can get close enough. Ropsky though catching that inside curve, he won't want to do that too much. Jamie's running wide and doing a bit of a wall rub through Griffin's Bend as they come through the cutting. And there's Lager coming up the top of the hill. Frank Finch has got that green machine all over the back of him and he's doing everything he can to stay ahead at the moment. Up front, Scooby G's dropped to 2.4 seconds behind the race leader. He's gained himself 2 and a bit seconds as well over Moss. Jamie is closing in on Ropsky, who's still closing in on Johnny to come over Skyline. And look at this, Lager's got plenty of a run through the dipper one more time. Frank Finch has run very wide there. This is going to give Lager the best opportunity if he can get on the power quick enough. Coming onto the Conrod Straight, down towards the chase. He's in the slipstream. Can he make it count? You can see Frank Finch is just about doing enough at the moment. Just got off the corner bit just well enough to keep ahead. As you can see the difference up front, you can see Seeks going through in the distance there. Onto the brakes, Frank looking a bit more comfortable that time by. Not getting a good exit. Well, Jamie's right behind Ropsky. Keep an eye between the lot of them. It looks to the inside into Murray's, but Frank's got it covered off. And Jamie's looking up the inside of Ropsky into Murray's corner, but he decides to back out of it. Jamie's going to get a better run. He actually gives the Belgium a little bit of a love tap on the bumper. He's to back out for now. And what he wants to do here is get a good run up the mountain straight, and he's definitely done, well, he had done that until he got it sideways on the curb. Lager's not managed to do very much. 5 laps in the books. And you see Jamie following the slipstream of Rocksgate. The 7 car staying ahead of the 13 at the moment. Going through Griffin's Bend, heading up the hill. Hard on the brakes into the cutting. Having gone from being attacking on Johnny, he's now defending his Rocksky. And Jamie's got a brilliant run out of that corner there, Rocksky getting it into the wall. That's cost him the position, that drops the Belgian down to 9th place. Jamie regains 8th position, having been a lot further up earlier on. Lager still chasing down Frank Finch, just not able to get close enough to make an overtaking move. He seems to be much quicker through this section, through the dipper and into Forest Elbow. In fact, Frank's made a mistake there. That's a brilliant chance. Oh, lock up on the brakes here from Frank Finch. And Lager goes, thank you very much, that's an early present for me. And he's up into 5th position. Frank will try and make the move to go back. Jamie now has got his sights set on 7th place. He fancied taking that away from Johnny up ahead in the 38 machine. Towards the chase, Frank Finch late on the brakes, unable to do anything. Will Jamie have a look into the left-hander? He decides better off it for now. Oh, Johnny's got it wrong on the exit. Got it all wrong. That's going to allow Rocksky through as well. Just lit the tyres up a little bit, I think, put the curb in. And that's dropped him 2 places in the matter of a couple of 100 metres. So that puts Jamie up to 7th, Rocksky into 8th place. But up out front, your leader is Boy Raxer. He's got 3 seconds, you can see there in the distance. NGR Scooby G coming through Griffins. 3rd place is Moss, and you can see Seeks is catching up to 3rd place. So that is starting to close the gap. Rocksky's got it wrong coming out of Hill's Corner, so Johnny's regained 8th place, having lost it coming through the chase. Oh, big impact there from Frank Finch, gets away with it thanks to the duty of the rules. No damage on here so that people don't have to make multiple pit stops and enjoy the racing. Obviously in this game you don't want to be using the wall because it slows you down far too much. Boy Raxer though is looking pretty comfortable out front, it's fair to say. On board with the bonnet camera with the 28 car through Forest Elbow. Watch him all the way down the Conrod straight towards the chase. Looking over the rise. Go to the left hand side to open up the right hander and then hard on the brakes. In the 2nd gear just on the apex, lovely stuff there. And through one more time, Frank Finch trying to get a run on Lager. He's still going to have the attentions of Jamie behind him as well, so he needs to be careful. Seeks is right up behind Moss though, so the battle for the 3rd is hotting up as well. And Rocksky's fancying his chances of getting 8th place back off of Johnny also. Keep an eye on Seeks' progress. Started in 2nd, dropped down to 5th, regained it up to 4th when Jamie lost it. He's now trying to get his way back onto the podium positions. Got Moss in sights. Seeks won earlier on in the season, unfortunately not on the live stream at Hockenheim. We've got a race win and a couple of podiums on the board. And look at this, 5th, 6th and 7th are in the one camera shot. Coming across the start and finish line to start the 7th lap, and in the background, Rocksky is right behind Johnny as well. So the battles here are hotting up all over the circuit. 5th, 6th and 7th heading along the mountain straight, down the dip in the road and then back uphill again. Use a bit of gravity to help you, it's cambered to help you turn in, but it's such a tricky corner to get right, and Jamie's showing exactly that as he gets the tail out. Manages to hold it together at the top of the mountain though. Frank's teammate Seeks going towards Skyline, fancies taking that podium position away from Moss. Through the S's towards the dipper. Seeks caught the inside wall there, thought he was a bit further along the track than he did. It's so easy to do that The walls are right there. You make one small mistake and it is easy enough to hit it and cost yourself time. You see Seeks has dropped to a second and a half behind just because of that. Frank sliding slightly over the top of Skyline. Jamie's looking a bit more planted at the moment. He's not using any traction control at all, which explains the tail happiness. Some EBS to help him out on the braking, and Frank's fishtailing it one more time into Forest Elbow, and Jamie's going to fancy his chances now down the Conrod straight. Great chance to get slipstream here. Move into the chase would be brave, but you can do it into the second part. The left-hander under heavy braking. You just need to be right there through the first part here. Here we go. Will he make a move? The 13 car. Frank goes to the inside line to defend. Parks his car in the middle of the road fairly. That's a lovely bit of defensive driving from the 51 machine, but Jamie's got a much better run out the corner. Frank's going to make him go the long way round though. He's going to take the inside line for Murray's. Jamie just needs to take it easy and just try and switch back onto the start-finish straight, and he could have the move done as he'll have the inside line now for Hell's Corner, but he's not going to need Hell's Corner, and he is already through and back into 6th position, but he's drifted bit right there through Hell Corner, and as they head onto the mountain straight, Frank might fancy his chances of getting that move back. Johnny's came into pit lane to make a pit stop, so he is into the pits to make his stop. Frank coming up towards Griffin's Bend. Just to back out for now. That's released Ropsky into 8th position. He can concentrate on trying to catch this battle up ahead. Boyraxer maintains his lead up front, 3.7 seconds the gap. Seeks catching the gravel there at the top of the hill before Skyline. He's still looking to try and gain enough time to take 3rd position away from Moss, but he's looking a little bit scruffy there through the S's and the Dipper. Meanwhile, back at the top end of the mountain, Frank's still trying to keep in tabs with Jamie, but Jamie looks like he's starting to just pull a little bit of a gap away from the 51 car. Another Skyline. Scooby G's down to now 4.5 seconds behind the leader, so Boyraxer are looking pretty comfortable. We'll have a quick look at the timings there as we come towards the end of lap 8 and onto lap 9. And you can see Boyraxer, his best lap, a 2-minute 4.9, the only driver in the 2-minute 4. Scooby G on a 2-minute 5.4, Moss on a 2-minute 5.3, Seeks on a 2-minute 5.2. Everyone else is a 2-minute 7 or higher. So definitely a lot of differences, and I've hit the wrong button there. Please do not do that, Andy, for crying out loud. Scooby's always got a chance of gaining the ground. We don't often see Boyraxer make many mistakes. We certainly didn't see that over season 12. And we know Scooby is a quick driver. Seeks has had a bit of more issues again, because he's dropped back to nearly a good 3 seconds behind Moss as Envoy Extreme stays out of the way as he is now lapped. Lager's got 3 seconds over Jamie. The 13 cars managed to pull 3 seconds clear of Frank Finch, so he is managing to gain the ground back. 2 seconds off the lead though. He could have been right up there and fighting for the podium spots. Still a chance to gain the time back. It's a longer race than normal at 30 laps. We're already a third of the way through the race almost, as we come up through Griffin's Bend for the 9th time. Frank Finch just holding on in 7th. He's got a good gap though to Ropsky, about 6 seconds at the moment. And he's got plenty of time behind to Johnny, who's been into pit lane and is just coming up to the end of his 8th lap having pitted. Scooby G through the chase. Obviously this track hosting a 12-hour event, GT3s, for this weekend. If you've tried this track, if you want to find a good car combination, try these cars or try a GT3 round here. There was some good fun. Heck, even on this game, one of the cars I actually enjoy, I don't race enough on it, the Ginetta Junior, the GT5 car. It's all about keeping the speed with that thing on any track. That is a fun car to drive, but these, they're a handful, they're a tricky car, they're not easy to drive, but when you get it right, it is a very, very good experience when you get it right. So if you do want to try them, give them a go. Don't forget, obviously, if you want to get involved, Nxtgen Racing's got leagues open all across the board on the PlayStation 4, Project Cars 2. Oh! Jamie fishtailing one more time out of Murray's corner. I was saying they've got Project Cars 2, GT3 League tomorrow night, Escort League with Seeks commentating on Thursday night on his channel. I'll drop the link below for that. Monday night tourers, Ginetta's sponsored by Emily, let's go on Friday nights, Max Clio Cup on Saturday nights, GT Sport, you already seen me last night with the Chloe Hewitt Cooper Cup. The virtual Ford Focus Cup is ongoing at the moment on there. There's the Group 3s tomorrow, there's also the Porsche Cup on Thursday, there's a Clio Cup by Max Coach sponsorship on Fridays for that as well. We've even got a team event coming up on Monday the 11th of February against, I can't remember the team name right now because I've not got it in my hands, but I remember they're Dutch, and it's going to be the Mini Cooper lads up against them, 7v7. I'll be commentating and broadcasting that live on this channel as well. Two races, one in the Coopers and one in the Porsche 911 Group 3. Jamie goes past Envoy Extreme over the top of the hill at Skyline. And the other one that we've got is Assetto Corsa Classic GTNs, which is run by this man, NGR Lager, on a Wednesday night at 8:30. Dirt Rally as well takes part. There's F1 2018 on Thursday nights. So there's plenty going on. Descriptions below will have all the details once the race is finished and uploaded. So you can join there and get links to the Facebook page where all the sign up stuff is done. Really a settling period in this race at the moment with everything going on. We've only lost the one car, which is the Les, after a first lap incident up here into Griffins. Unsure what caused them to have to retire. Involved in a crash right there and didn't go any further. Boy Raxford is keeping it easy at the moment. Setting pretty good lap times in the 2-minute 5s. Scooby G's keeping them honest, still within the 3 to 4 second range. He needs to start gaining a bit more time. He wants to challenge for the victory. Moss is still in third at the moment in the one machine. Seeks is still trying his best to catch up. Lagging in fifth. I'm just going to go through everybody again because it just shows you as well for Nxtgen, certainly in this league and a lot of different leagues, it's catered for all needs. So you can see here, Boy Raxer has decided tonight to run some sort of traction control. That could be high or low, and some ABS as well. Again, that could be high or low. You do get the 2 settings on Project Cars. He's obviously preferring to run that, but I have seen him running no assist before. We'll come back to that in a minute because Roxby is closing up to the back of Frank Finch, so he's come back away. Thought he was going to make an overtake. You see Scooby G has got just the ABS on, possibly on a low setting if I know the scoop stuff. Moss is in third place, traction control and ABS for him. Seeks is just on the ABS, so he's managing the 650 horsepower through the rear wheels on his own with his right foot. Lager's running some sort of traction control and ABS. Jamie's just ABS, which explains all the fishtailing that we've seen from him in the 13 car. Frank's running all 3 assists in some description and variety. Traction control, ABS and the stability control as well. Roxby's similar as well. Johnny's running traction control and ABS, and Envoy Extreme running traction control and ABS. And my preference when I was racing, as Envoy goes banging into the wall, was traction control and ABS, just on the low setting. A little bit of slip there, not enough to cause too much problems. Moss into pit lane for his stop. Still got the mandatory pit stop, I do believe, running here this evening, so he is in to make that mandatory stop. That releases Seeks up into third place into the race, so he doesn't have to make a move on track. He can now concentrate on trying to gain up to the likes of Scooby and Boy Raxer up ahead. Lager's managed to go ahead of Moss as well. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons one more time. I really need to stop doing that. This is a close battle, and look at that, Frank's got a bad run out of Murray's. Ropski's right behind him, he's bumper to bumper. Jump on board with the bonnet cam with the number 7 machine heading up. Mountain straight, Frank's got a much better run out of that corner though. Having been right on his bumper, Ropski just dropping back, he's now in the slipstream to head over the crest, down the dip and then back up the hill again towards Griffin's. Hard on the brakes, around about 100 metres, down to 80 or so miles an hour. You've got to be careful with that curb on the inside, it will spit you out into that wall on the left and then through the cutting. Dab of brakes down to third and then trail brake it if you can into the second part of the corner. And heading up the hill, ever rising. Just shy of 1,000 metres worth of elevation change from the lowest part of the track to the highest. And Ropski into the wall there, just getting a bit sideways on the exit and putting it into the wall. Not what he'll want to be doing. Jamie is right behind Moss, but Moss has already been in and made his pit stop. Interesting to see when others decide to come in and pit. Raxer's definitely going on for another lap, as is Scooby G. Seeks is there as well. He's going on for another lap. Come back to Jamie. There we go, it's the car I wanted. You see, these guys are catching up to Lager as well, so we could have a battle, freeway battle for fourth in a minute. Ropski still trying to close up to Frank Finch. Johnny's in 9th, having made an earlier pit stop. He's a minute and a half down on the lead just now, and anybody's put a lap down just now on almost the entire field. But you've got to start somewhere, and we've all been there at one point when it comes to online racing. There's Jamie getting a much better run out of Hill Corner there than Moss. As they head up the mountain straight towards Griffin's. Will he be able to slipstream just enough to get up the inside before the right-hander going up the hill? We need to jump to Ropski and Frank. Ropski's right behind one more time. Not close enough, so we'll stick with the battle here between Moss and Jamie. 5th and 6th, Lager's up ahead in 4th, so they're not too far off, making this a freeway scrap, as I say. Boy Rax has pulled the lead out to 5.5 seconds over Scooby G now. Seek still in 3rd place. This is where the battle is at the moment between Moss and Jamie. Ropski's not far off, Frank Finch over 7th and 8th behind. So keep an eye on them, they're coming up through the cutting towards the top of the hill. These guys are at the top of the hill, they're not going to start their descent down the other side over Skyline through the S's and into the dipper one more time. Forest elbow. You see that green machine, the NGR Lager just up ahead. This is soon to become a freeway scrap. See what Ropski's managing to do going through the dipper. Frank has actually caught the wall there. It's going to give the Belgium a brilliant chance, but he's just messed up his exit there, trying to make haste while the sun shines. It got all wrong. And now Frank getting sideways there. It's going to allow Ropski up the inside. Can he slipstream his way down the Conrod straight? Jamie's not doing anything up ahead, so we'll stick with this 7th and 8th at the moment. Down the Conrod straight, the 7 car in the slipstream of the 51. The 51 goes right to the inside line, heading towards the chase. This would be a brave move if this was to pull off. Flat to the floor at 183. He had to pull off the accelerator there and just back out of it. And Frank holds the line for now, but he's done nothing wrong there. Some very good defending one more time from the 51 machines. Ropski really had a great run, and Frank decides to pit, and Ropski thinks about it and then decides, no, I'm going to have another lap yet. So Frank Finch into pit lane to make his one mandatory pit stop. And he jumps in from being in 7th on the road, and that allows Ropski to go clear into 7th place. Jamie has dropped back off dropped off a Moss, in fact, by nearly 7.5 seconds. So he's obviously in another big fishtail at the moment, maybe hit the wall somewhere, and it's dropped him down the order. Approaching the halfway distance here at Bathurst, it's Nxtgen Racing's V8 Supercar Series, round number 8 from Mount Panorama. It is the finale for this series, and what a way for it to go out around its spiritual home. Something new coming on Thursday nights on Project Cars 2. And if you want to know more about that, drop onto the Facebook page and you can sign up when it is announced what's coming soon. Boy Raxer, the Season 12 champion, leads the Season 11 champion and Season 13 championship leader, which is NGR Scooby G, there in second position. Maybe no more than about 4 to 5 seconds tops between each other for pretty much the entirety of this race. Boy Raxer put it on pole position, got away at the start. Scooby G made a great start from being in 4th position, jumped up to 2nd early doors at the expense of Jamie and Seeks. Speaking of Seeks, he is in 3rd place, and Johnny is right behind Frank Finch, who's now just came out of pit lane. Envoy Extreme is in the pits for his pit stop at the moment. So Johnny's the latest one that fancies a go at Frank. Over the top of the hill. 51 car just weaving a little bit there. He's pushing a little bit too hard. Just needs to be careful not to do that too much. He carries on the rest of this race, because one moment too much and you'll be in the wall before you know it. On the dipper through the S's, heading towards Forest Elbow. Jamie's decided to come in for his pit stop, so he pits from P6 after losing a bit of ground to Moss. He's decided, you know what, now's a good time to come in and make that mandatory pit stop. And he's finally back underway and leaving pit lane. 37 miles an hour pit lane speed limit. He's following that at the moment. Johnny still trying to chase down Frank through the chase. And you can see the difference there. Some people confident enough to go flat out through the kink there on the right hander. Johnny just deciding he needs a bit of a breather, a bit of a coast through that. And he's carrying on. Johnny's already made his pit stop, as has Frank. Envoy Extreme's made his. Jamie's now made his pit stop. The highest runner that's made a pit stop is this man, Moss. He pitted earlier, he's in 5th place. 53 seconds off the lead, but he's made a pit stop, and you're talking a good 30 to 40 seconds roughly for a pit stop. He could be back up before the end of the race. NGR Scooby G's decided it's time for him to make his one and only mandatory pit stop, so he's in from 2nd place. That will release Seeks back up into the position he started in 2nd. He crosses the line and takes over 2nd place. Scooby G just waiting for the point where he can leave pit lane. The lollipop might be up, it just needs to wait for the service to finish, and there he goes. Pit crew releases him and they head back into pit stalls, and that releases the 34 machine down the pit lane from the limit, the pit lane speed limit. Meanwhile, these guys at the top of the hill coming up to McPhillamay Park. And over Skyline, closest battle on the track at the moment. Frank has lost that place as he was ahead. So while we were watching Scooby in the pits, we missed the overtake. That's what I get for not paying attention. And Johnny's made the move and ahead of Frank Finch for 8th place. Frank's doing everything he can to try and get that place back from him. We jump on board with the number 51 machine, it is, sorry. Coming up to the chase. 182 miles an hour on the slipstream. Really late the brakes. We've got a better exit there as well, but Johnny's in the way. And he's got every right to be. And you see in the background, that is Boy Raxer, and your race leader heads for pit road. So Boy Raxer now into pit lane. It'll be interesting to see when he comes back out, especially in comparison to NGR Scooby G. Where is Scooby? He's heading down Conrod Straight at the moment, so this could be close. Be interesting to see. Boy Raxer should be able to get back out of pit lane before Scooby crosses the line, but how close will the green machine be once that number 28 machine is released? Seeks takes over the lead of the race. We're now beyond halfway distance. And there is Boy Raxer heading down pit lane. There is Scooby G coming through Murray's final corner. And Boy Raxer coming through the end of turn 1 back onto the track. So the gap between the two of them is, let's wait for it to catch up, it's about 6 seconds. So Boy Raxer's actually gained a couple of seconds through the pit stop phase. He'll be very happy with that indeed. And he's going to retain the lead of the race once Seeks comes in for his pit stop. Frank Finch still trying with all his might to get back ahead of Johnny, but unable to do so at the moment. Ropsky in 6th place at the moment, and he's still to pit in this race. So Ropsky, Lager and Seeks are the only drivers that have not pitted in the race so far. It'll be interesting to see when they come into the pit lane. It'll be interesting as well to see where Seeks rejoins when he decides to come into the pit lane. He's got 24 seconds over NGR Lager, but he's still to pit as well. Got 29 over Moss. He was behind Moss when he pitted. So can he make the time up that will allow him to jump the one machine? That would be the interesting question to see. That is your virtual leader of the race. 7.5 seconds down on Seeks, but he has made his pit stop. Frank Finch goes on to his 17th lap of the race. Still trying to chase down Johnny up ahead. Here's Envoy Extreme, he's heading through Griffins. Cambered, right-handed coming up the hill at the end of the mountain straight. 3.816 miles round, 20 tons. Phenomenal racetrack. I'll say 174 metre, 571 foot vertical difference between the highest point, which is up at Skyline, and the lowest point. And the steepness of the gradients as well, 1.6. 1 to 6.1, sorry. Very, very steep there through the dipper. Absolutely amazing piece of track. With everything raced on it. But it is obviously the spiritual home for the V8 Supercars. That's NGR Lager into pit lane, so he's finally came into the pits. He'll be released before long. Spiritual home though, the V8 Supercars. Bathurst 12 hours this weekend as well. Always a very interesting race. Obviously famous, most famous of course, for the Bathurst 1000 held around about September time each year in the V8 Supercar series. Hours this weekend for the GT machines. Definitely going to be fun to see what they can do over 12 hours. Current official lap record is a 1 minute 59.2 that was set in November this year on the during the 2008 Challenge Bathurst in a GT3 spec Audi R8 Ultra. Faster lap has been recorded around the track, but it was not during an official race. And also, you might remember that Jenson Button took his McLaren MP423 up the hill back in 2011 with a recorded time of 1 minute 48.8 in that series. So definitely some quick laps around this circuit. Let's try to find the fastest official lap time for the V8s. In here somewhere. There we go. It was set this year during the race on the 7th of October by David Reynolds, a Holden Commodore. It was a 2 minute 6.1. Well, these guys are going much quicker than that here this evening. Scooby G's been in. Seeks comes out of pit lane right behind Moss, so he nearly made the time up. Six flashing the lights here to try to let him know maybe there was a little bit of an incident as they came out of pit lane. Six now rejoins, so everybody has now pitted except for this man, and just as I say it, he snakes his way through pit lane. Pit crew come out into the pits, and that's going to allow him to get his pit stop done and the final service that is required for any of the drivers. We'll go back to this battle. This is the battle for the final podium between Seeks and Moss at the top of the hill now. Don't need me to tell you the gap between them, you can see it for yourself within the one screenshot. Over Skyline, and down through the S's. It's getting a little bit wide there, going through the S's and into the dipper. It's going to cost him a few tenths. And you can see there he's gone from being 3 tenths behind to being 1 second behind. It just shows you how much time you can lose through there. There's something better to take it easy through there. Ropski's came out ahead of Frank Finch. They're going to go side by side up towards Griffin's Bend. If Frank can pull this one off, this would be a phenomenal move round the outside. Lovely stuff. An excellent move. Opportunistic as Ropski came out of pit lane and round the outside into Griffin's. That is a beautiful piece of driving there from Frank Finch to take the 7th place. Nicely done by Ropski as well, though. You noticed that his opponent had the outside line and the quicker car, but Frank just had to make it stick and did so with a brilliant move. Ropski's going to have to be careful. Johnny's catching up to the back of him. Seeks meanwhile has gained that time he lost through the dipper. Back up to the back of Moss, who's he's drifted it through Hell Corner. Seeks now has got the slipstream on the number 1 car. Here we go, up the mountain straight, the speed rises up through the gears. Just over 7,500 revs to hit the limiter, up to 6th gear. Does he go late at the brakes into Griffin's? No, he does not. Moss has ran very wide though. This is going to be very interesting. Coming up through the cutting, Moss has got the inside for it. Can he hold the position? He does for now, but he's ran wide through the second part. Seeks has got a better run through there. Pretty much single file over the top of the mountain. And Moss holds on for now. Seeks catching that inside wall slightly. Just needs to keep it clean. Get a good run and he could get the move done. Ropski meanwhile is on the back of Frank Finch. They're coming up to complete lap 19. Johnny's not too far off the back of them either. Through the S's comes Seeks. We'll just jump back and forward between these two battles so we don't miss anything. Let's just drop back at the moment. So here is Ropski having a look at Seeks' teammate Frank Finch having made that lovely move. The Belgium fancies getting that back, but Johnny's sitting there in the background. I think fancy picking up the scraps. Seeks down the Conrod straight. Not close enough at this point. We'll just see what's going on between these guys. Through Griffins before we jump back to see if Seeks maybe fancies a go into the chase. It's too far back. Can he get it slowed down well enough? That looks absolutely beautifully done. Boy Raxer has been leading since the start and he's 10 seconds clear from Scabby G. He's got 20 seconds over this battle. Ropski meanwhile has got Frank Finch to try and pass ahead and Johnny to defend from behind, so not an enviable position for the Belgium. Oh, and just as I say that, he hits the wall. Hard hit on the right hand side. That could cause him a bit of problems. Going to allow Johnny to catch up. Seeks still not quite close enough to have a go at Moss just yet. And Johnny just dropping back a little bit from Ropski there. And the Belgium's now right on the back of Frank Finch one more time. Frank's team. Oh, contact! But contact there into the curtain. The flash of the lights from Seeks, possibly just to say carry on, or maybe he's not too happy, or we don't know. And something went on there, and a little bit of contact between the two of them, and Seeks now pushing it. catches the wall twice over the top of the hill. Robski meanwhile still unable to do anything on Frank Finch. Down through the S's. Into the dipper. It's a good run through there from Seeks, so we just get a good exit out of Forest Elbow. Could get the slipstream down towards the chase. It's pretty nicely done from both of them. Robski's still not close enough at the moment to challenge Frank Finch for 7th. Down towards the chase for the 21st time of 30. Leaders on lap 22 now. These guys just coming up to start that very shortly. Seeks just needs to keep it calm. Look at the lap times. He's done a 2:52. Moss's best time's a 2:05.3. The last laps were 2:07s. So he can go quicker than this. Oh, Frank Finch has got wide on the exit there. Johnny's dropped back. Never knew he caught something but didn't. Belgium's got a good run at the top of the hill here. Make anything happen. Seeks is within a matter of tenths behind Moss. They'll be heading up the mountain straight at the moment. Oh, Robski's getting it a little bit sideways there. This is going to cost him a few tenths as we come through the dipper. These guys up through Griffin's Bend. Seeks is right there. This is where they made contact last lap into the second left-hander. You're not the first one, the second one. And it's probably just that. I get the feeling maybe just Moss was taking a wider line. Seeks just caught out with him coming back across, taking his racing line. Robski's right in the slipstream now with Frank Finch as they come up towards the chase. Just to follow him through as closely as possible. Frank goes to the inside line. He's done some really good defensive driving as well as that pass. And he runs wide, but Robski does the same thing, so he can't capitalise. Chance goes a begging one more time. Come back to Seeks. He is right behind Moss at the moment, coming through the dipper up to Forest Elbow. Can he get the brakes? Gently does it. The one car sliding its way through. Oh, and he's got the move done. What's happened there? Moss slows down. Maybe he had an issue, I'm not too sure. Maybe there was some contact we didn't see that was allowing him to go back through. But that puts Seeks up into 3rd position. Robski's now looking to do the same as what Frank did to him. We're going a long way round the outside at Griffin's Bend. Oh, he cannot. He cut it back before the cutting. Unable to do so at the moment. Oh, Frank gets it wrong, and Robski sneaks up the inside into the second part of the cut, and that's 7th place for the Belgium. So 52 car goes up into 3rd place, but the 51 drops to 8. But you don't want to be trying it there, Frank. Oh, a hard hit into the wall on the right hand side. Don't want to really try anything going over the hill up the mountain, because it's pretty much one by one through there. You want to try and keep as close as possible through this part, through Skyline, the S's and the dipper, and get a good run out of Forest Elbow. Speaking of the dipper, that's where your race leader is. You can see Johnny in the background, just let him go through. And Seeks has been released. About 2nd clear at the moment. Frank meanwhile could be clever here if he can just let by Boy Raxer at the right time. He could try and follow the leader through when he laps Robski, so could use this 2-head advantage in the 51. Needs to do it at the right time while losing as minimal amount of time as possible. But they'll be aware that the race leader is approaching fast. In fact, Frank's just caught his braking completely wrong there and caught the grass. He's just going to keep to one side at the moment and allow Boy Raxer through. So now what he wants to do is stick to the back of the race leader as much as he possibly can. And if he can do that, then he could maybe follow him through. Jump back to that in just a moment's time. Meanwhile, Moss starting to close back up to the back of Seeks. This is the final podium position. Coming into the final stages of this race here, Nxtgen's V8 Supercar series. This is the finale. Final race, and Boyrax has got by Ropsky, and Frank Finch is right there, and contact, that is a punt up the inside. Hopefully Frank's going to give that place back, because I think that was a bit unfair. Punted out the way, no punterino, as a particular YouTuber you may be aware of does say. Frank's staying ahead for the moment, so maybe he felt it wasn't, maybe he's seen something that didn't actually happen. It can be happening. Frank Finch is back through into 7th place, but that was in my opinion, to what I seen, that was a bumper car move. He's chucked it up the inside and bumped Ropsky out of the way. Belgian catching the wall there. Johnny's catching onto the back of these guys as well. Moss getting it very wide coming out of Griffiths. The race leader is on lap 24. Oh, Ropsky sticks up the inside into Forestdale with these two. Giving it a bit of touring car action that you can see. And he's got that move done. Getting a bit of payback for that move up at Griffiths. He's bumping and racing, and bumping their opponent out of the way, but I guess they're even now, so keep it clean for the rest of the race, lads. Frank's going to look to the inside, he's on the grass, he's not going to get that one slowed down. It's a big punt. That wasn't intentional. Frank Finch caught the grass there, and he just could not slow down at all, and that's what's cost him the time. Johnny now is going to fancy his chances coming up to Murray's. He's took out the cones. Frank's crowding him up to the side of the road. Aggressive but fair, I would say. He did it in one move in a smooth motion, so you can just about allow that to be. My race stewarding position, which I do not actually have. We're approaching the end of the race now, as Moss gets it completely wrong through the second part of the chase. Going to drop him off the back. Johnny though fancies his chances at Frank Finch coming up towards Griffin Bend. Right on board the bumper cam with the 38. Through the cutting. Pull it into the left hand side. Up the hill. Lovely piece of track. It's so tricky to get it right. There's so many parts of this track, if you get it right you can make so much time on terms of your lap time, but if you get it wrong you can lose an awful lot of lap time. It's one of those tricky tracks that really rewards knowing it inside out and being consistent, as Johnny keeps out of the way of Scooby G as he comes through to lap them. Moss, due to that mistake, has dropped about a second and a half off the back of seats, and he's pushing it as hard as possible to catch back up. Not able to do so at the moment. We've not seen much of this man though. Boyraxer, pole position, leading the race, and currently fastest lap, heading towards a Grand Slam on his return to V8 Supercars for the finale. Champion of season 12. You see Scooby G in the mix here. He's going to get late on the brakes. Frank sees him coming at the last second yep. Scooby's still trying to make as much time up as he possibly can. Lap 26. Tries to go, that's Johnny off in the background. Getting sideways out of Hell Corner. And take a bit of an onboard ride with your race leader as he rises up through the hill. Bit of a lift through that part and then back on the power. Pull it to the right hand side, easy through the first part. Small lift again through the second part, just missing the wall. And if you get the turning right, you can get a lot of speed through here. And over Skyline and through the S's. Moss has caught back up to 6. Nicely done from the race leader through the dipper. So these two are going to be fighting towards the end of the race if they can keep it together. Keep it on track. And I get the feeling they're going to have a wee fight between 7th, 8th and 9th as well. Got to give a shout though to Envoy Extreme here in 10th place as he runs a bit wide through Murray's. He is down in 10th position. He is a good 3 to 4 laps off the pace at the moment, 3 laps down in fact, but he is plodding along very nicely. He's doing what he can, and obviously we've all got to start somewhere, so fair play and respect to Envoy. He runs the F1 2018 League on Thursday nights if you want to get involved in that. It's Nxtgen's first ever F1 League to my knowledge. He runs that Thursday nights at 8 if you do want to get involved. Links below after the stream to take you to Nxtgen's Facebook page. Moss has dropped back off a little bit, just to got a bit of an issue with that air tank swapper on. Still close to 6, but 2.5 seconds at the moment. Not seen much of the party animal, Nxtgen Lager himself. Closing up to Ropsky as well. Goes out to Frank Finch, has dropped off the back of Ropsky. The Belgian, if he can keep it together, should be on for 7th place if he can keep going. It's a case of what could have been for this man. And Jamie in the number 13 car, starting from 3rd on the grid. He's fighting in the early stages, and then at the end of lap 1, coming up to where he is just now, Chase, he went through the left-hander and on the exit, so this next corner here, came through here, just got on the power too soon on the exit and spun around and ended up just about where he went near onto the grass. And Moss has gone by, that was round the outside into the cutting. Wow! 6 into the wall, just caught the end of that move there. If that was clean, that's a phenomenal move, and I'm annoyed I missed it. You don't see many overtakes through the cutting. Moss is back up into the final podium position for now. And there's only a few laps to go now here at Mount Panorama. Plenty of action on Nxtgen, but if you want to see myself, or you want to hear myself, more to say, I'm next up on Thursday night over on TTTV, my association with TT Gaming Esports. I'll be commentating alongside a good commentating buddy, Kieran McGinley, on TTLF1. It will be round 15, if I remember correctly. It'll be the Singapore Grand Prix, I do know that much. That'll be Thursday night at 8 o'clock on TTTV. And on Sunday nights I am normally doing AOR, but I will not be there this week, which is for the Singapore Grand Prix. I will be back here on this channel next Monday for the next round of the Chloe Hewitt Cooper Cup. No stream next Tuesday because this is the final race for V8s. And on Wednesday I'm back to doing some racing of my own in the AOR's GT3 League. And I'm looking forward to getting back on the track as well and out of the commentary box for a wee bit. Coming up as well on TTTV with my association with TT Gaming. We've got the Esports Mini League on F1 2018. 5 top teams like the Visceral Racing, One Hub, there's a whole host of teams in there. And it's going to be on Saturday the 9th and 16th of February at 8 o'clock. 3 races each night, 25% racing. It's going to be the Pan-Pacific, so to speak. So it's going to be your Asian tracks and American tracks over the 2 nights. And then on the 23rd of February, on Project Cars with TT Gaming once again on TTTV, we're starting up a brand new league on Project Cars 2, Formula C, basically your Formula 3 cars. And it's going to be basically mirroring as much as possible without repeating it, the Formula 3 British series. So if you want to get involved in that, go to Twitter and it's TTP Cars is what you want to search for. If you want to follow me, Andy81287 will find them through there as well. You can sign up as Seeks, goes past Moss before Skylines. He's getting it all out of shape. The 52 is right behind. That's an easy move at the top of Skyline, not a place you normally see an overtake. As Johnny's got all over the back of Frank Finch. But if you want to join up to that Formula C series and Project Cars 2 PlayStation 4, give me a shout. Spaces up for grab. Johnny's on the grass. He wants to be careful under braking here. He could go right into the back of Frank. Frank's gone off into the grass as well, and Johnny's going to lose a lot of time there. Probably going to allow Frank a chance to finish off the race in 8th position. Moss still fancies his chances. He's getting past Seeks for the final podium position. No penalties for anyone to worry about. Coming on to the penultimate lap. This man, however, is already on his penultimate lap. Looking pretty solid up front. 16 and a half seconds he has over NGR Scooby-Doo. The big battle is here for 3rd position. Moss still defending off Seeks. They've been back and forward throughout the race. Will there be any final moves in the final 2 laps? Seeks has got a much better run out of Griffins, and they're coming up to the cut-in side by side. This could be tears, or it could be absolutely amazing, and thankfully it's the latter. It's a brilliant move by Seeks round the outside. I like to hope that that's exactly what Moss did, but look at that. Seeks gets it in the wall, and immediately after making such a beautiful passing move around the outside of the cut-in, loses the place one more time, and Moss goes by as they rise up the hill. Such a shame for Seeks there. He made a great move, and he's only got a lap and a half to try and do it one more time. This man now on to his final lap, so we'll come back to him in a couple of minutes and see him across the line. This is the closest battle. No one else is as close as these two. They're coming up to start their final lap very shortly. The speed on the bumper cam. Everything just flies by over the crest, rising up, back down again. Use the excess road to the left, chuck it into the right nice and easily, hard on the brakes, down to 3rd gear. Some people grab 2nd on the apex. Back up through the gears heading towards Murray's. Moss thinking he needs to defend a little bit, then pulls back to the racing line for the braking zone. Seeks has got 3.8 miles to find their way by the number 1 machine and stay there until they reach the line next time by. Here they go up the mountain straight for the final time. We're on the final lap of the race here. It's the final lap for V8 Supercars and Nxtgen. It's been a phenomenal workhorse, it's been a phenomenal week. Unfortunately the interest just died off at the end for some reason that even I can't understand. New things are coming. Really involved. To join up to Nxtgen. Great to see you there. Moss has gone into the wall through the cut-in. And Seeks take advantage of that. He can't at the moment. But this man here, Season 12 champion, Boy Raxer, returns for a one-off race here at Bathurst for the finale. Pole position. Fastest lap of the race as well. And he's going to cross the line. And you can see he is the final victor for V8 Supercars and Nxtgen. He wins the Bathurst 100, as we've been calling it, round Mount Panorama. Great victory from him, a grand slam. Here comes Scooby G, who I believe will be crowned Season 13 champion due to his points advantage. He crosses over the line, so champion for Season 13 in this shortened season. But here's the battle for third. It's been going on since the pit stop phase finished. about 12 laps ago. Down one more time, there's only one more braking zone, it's into Murray's. Seeks needs to get a much better run out the corner, heading towards Murray's. Moss just needs to keep it there. There's Envoy Extreme and Johnny heading towards the line, 10th and 9th. And Seeks has not done enough, but Moss is sideways out the exit. Can Seeks get on the power? He's not going to have enough, and it's going to be Moss who takes third. Seeks in fourth. Good battling between them, some fantastic moves, including that move we actually caught from Seeks on the outside round the cut. That's phenomenal stuff. NG Lager's going to take 5th. Pretty quiet race for Lager. I wonder if we'll see his after race patented triple somersault finish that he likes to do. So he finishes with a flurry. He heads to the line and he finishes on the lead lap as well, and decides to slow right down as he closes the line. I get the feeling he knows I'm watching, he doesn't want to do his flip. He finishes in 5th place. Jamie's going to cross the line in 6th, and he's going to treat us to a little donut. Yeah, nice way to see this car out. Some donuts down at Murray's corner. I might want to get across the line before the time runs out. And another one for good measure. And a burnout. There we go. Sending the car off in style. At its home circuit. He heads for the finish line. And flips it over the line, but that is it. Race over, and it's Boy Raxer, the Grand Slam pole position, fastest lap and the win. He takes the final victory in the V8. Scooby G in 2nd, season 11 champion, will I'm sure be also crowned the season 13 champion with this early finish to the season. Moss in 3rd. Good battle in between him and Seeks. Seeks finishing in 4th place. Lager in 5th, Jamie in 6th place, Ropsky 7th, Frank taking 8th. He had a lovely move as well that we've seen going through Griffins on Ropsky. It was nicely done from him. Johnny in 9th, and Envoy Extreme rounds out the top 10 and the final runner. There was 11 cars. The Les unfortunately dropped out at the start of the race on lap 1. And that is it for tonight's broadcast, and that is it for V8 Supercars on this channel. Certainly at least on a Tuesday evening. I've enjoyed racing in it since joining around about last March time. I've enjoyed commentating over it, whether it be through the replays or through the live streams that I've been doing this season. Such a shame to see it go, but numbers have been dwindling and it's time for something fresh and new, so it'll be exciting to see what is next, and I'll decide from there if I'm going to be a part of that or not. But that is me. I am back on this channel, as I said earlier, Monday for Chloe Hewitt Cooper Cup. It'll be round number 8. I'm not sure of the track, unfortunately. I'll be back around about 8 o'clock on the channel on Monday. If you want to follow me, Andy81287 on Twitter. If you haven't already, hit subscribe and the like button as well. It's always good to get some feedback. If you want to comment below as well, it'd be absolutely fantastic. And especially if you could subscribe, I will thank you in advance. I am back personally on Thursday night on TTTV for TTL F1 Singapore Grand Prix. Myself and Kieran McGinley will be in the box from 8 o'clock for that one. But until then, or until next time you join me, thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely evening, and until next time, I'll see you again soon. Ta-da.